Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Lovely Wolf Den. I'm Nadia, and I'm going to be reviewing K-pop comebacks that happened during the month of August. I have my notes, I have everything, and I'm ready to get into it because y'all, I have been lacking in this department. I did one K-pop comebacks review in April. Haven't done it since. It's now August, and I'm getting back to it. August was jam-packed with a bunch of K-pop comebacks.
I am not going to go through every single one of them because there's just so many and this video would be so long. So if I do not cover a group or artist that you love, I'm so sorry, but this is the list that I ended up with.
But without further ado, let's get to it because I do have a lot to cover. We are going to start off with Golden Child with Ra Pam Pam. So up until this point, I knew absolutely nothing about Golden Child. I remember watching their debut in 2017 and then not really feeling it. And every now and then I check out a comeback. Obviously, I want to like new groups and new artists and all of that. This song finally hooked me in. For the music video, it opens up to like a clear apocalypse setting, right? I was expecting like a hard, intense noise pop sound given the title and apocalypse aesthetic, but then the song itself started and it gave me whiplash in the best way possible. This song has major Latin beats accompanying it, and one thing about me is that I always believe that adding Latin beats to a K-pop track is never a bad idea. And not only that, but from the flashes of the dance that I saw some like salsa moves, right? I'm pretty sure the killing move of the chorus can be like this right here. And like the sound of the song is so addicting. It makes me want to dance, and it has this kind of like alluring, seductive feel to it without coming across as like overtly sexual and like cringy, if that makes any sense. But I'll come back to that in a bit right now because I want to go back to the dance and then the music video. For the dance, I could not look away. So they have 10 members, which is a lot. And I feel like there are quite a few instances where K-pop groups that have a large amount of members don't have choreography that utilizes them to their full like capabilities and stuff. And that was definitely not the case with this song. I did not feel like I was looking at the same member the entire time, and I was not witnessing just like one set of formations. Like everything was changing, everything was flowing like perfectly in like one fluid motion, it felt like, and yet everything was just like different at different points of the dance. And that's how it should be for large groups like this. Plus, they had floor work, and your girl loves floor work. Back to the music video. Like I said, there was a clear motive and storyline, which was like super easy to follow. Some sort of apocalypse was happening, the air was unclean, Golden Child are trying to save the day. But I need to give props to whoever produced and directed this music video because wow, the dedication to the story was insane. Like, there was a sacrifice. They died in the end to like save the world, and I was shocked. And then spoiler alert, there was an allusion to like him surviving in the end, which just like totally sets up a storyline for an upcoming like comeback or whatever. I don't know anything about the Golden Child universe or if there even is one, but I'm on board. And then to kind of close this out, I wanted to briefly talk about the lyrics. Firstly, shout out to the members Tag and Changjoon because I noticed that they have writing credits for this song. Love that for them. And okay, I mentioned earlier that the song has a major like seductive vibe to it without sounding overly sexual. The lyrics explain why that is because they are beautiful. I won't go into like a full detailed analysis on them, but I will highlight some of my favorite lines. I'm getting anxious, that ominous moonlight sonata. I don't see the answer, everything just looks blood red. Let the sun go from your grip and shine on me. And then finally, this night feels endless, can't stop it now, even if I have to use up my eternity. Babe, I will hold you. Okay. Heck yeah, we love gender neutrality, and do you see what I mean? This song is just like, it's so gentle and alluring and sweet, and is just overflowing with passion. To make a long story longer, I'm obsessed with this song. I give Golden Child a 10 out of 10 in all aspects for this comeback, and I may just have to learn their names now. Number 2 for these comeback reviews is going to be Somi's song Dum Dum. Dum Dum. Okay, so I hate to say this, but the more I listened to this song and like the more I learned about it, the more I hated it.
Somi is a solo artist under the Black Label, which is a label founded in 2015 as an associate company to YG Entertainment. And if you know anything about me, you know that I despise YG Entertainment with like my whole soul. One reason why I hate YG, one big reason actually, is because of Teddy Park, who is actually the co-founder of the Black Label. Now, I'm sure I've talked about this on this channel before, but in case you missed it, the reason why I despise this person so much is because he is physically incapable of making high quality music, and he uses the same bone structure for almost every single song that he creates. I say almost because there are some outliers, but I could probably count those on like one hand.
All right, let's get back to this song, but I wanted to give you some context as to why I feel the way I do because it does apply to this comeback. First, I wanted to start off by giving credit where it's due, and that is for Somi, because she came out here and she did what she had to do, and every quarrel I have with this song has nothing to do with her. To start with the music video, okay, YG has a lot of money, and I'm assuming that that can trickle down to the Black Label as well, because as far as quality goes, it's pretty high for the music video, and which is good. There was a clear and easy to follow theme. It had like kind of a school ground aesthetic and was clear that the motive was to get the guy's attention. I liked the sets. I loved the outfit designs for Somi. It was overall pretty solid. The things I didn't like and understand, however, are the little girl at the beginning. I don't know, I just couldn't figure out her purpose for like the song or for the story in general. Like, she appeared like I think once in the beginning and then once at the end, and I was like, okay, literally like, what are you here for? I also thought that the visual of Somi literally dancing on the guy's head was so weird, but like the lyrics literally say, "I'm dancing on top of your head," which is also weird, but like at least it relates to that visual, even though I didn't really like it. And then I also didn't understand why Somi was in like that angel costume and then the guy wasn't wearing a costume. In fact, it looked like a lot of people were in regular clothes, which was like kind of confusing because I thought it was supposed to be like a costume party or something. I don't know. Maybe if I like spent some time and like analyzed it a bit more, I could probably figure it out. But after watching it a couple times, I was like, okay, I don't get it. Anyway, moving on to the production of the song. Oh, Teddy. Why must you do this constantly?
Yes, I am aware that 3 other people have credits on the production and arrangement of the song, but Teddy is listed first, and he is listed as executive producer, and I don't like him, so all the blame is going towards him. If by any chance someone in YG Entertainment or Teddy himself stumbles upon this video for whatever reason, let me go on record and say, I understand that this is a very hard business to be in. Like, I cannot sit down and create a song. I understand that it takes a lot of hard work. But dude, literally the fact that it's common knowledge that you have literally the same bone structure for every single song. Like, there are YouTube channels that dedicate like making videos that are like, if Wannabe by ITZY was produced by Teddy Park. Like, if that's happening, clearly something frustrating is happening.
Anyway, I digress. If you don't know what I mean when I say like the Teddy Park formula or whatever, I'd recommend watching the YouTuber Mara's video titled The Real Problem with Blackpink, because they go so much more into depth on the Teddy Park formula. I'll link the video in the description. Basically, all his music sounds pretty much the same, and this song is no exception. Not only that, but personally, I feel like he tried to combine like 2 different songs into one. The first verse doesn't sound like it belongs with the chorus. I felt like it was switching off between a cute, fun pop song and like a baddie girl crush moment, and not in a good way. I liked them on their own, but combined together, it just didn't really do it for me. I know that that's like something that can happen, like a song can have like 2 different vibes and like they clash, but like in a complementary kind of way, if that makes sense. But I just felt like it wasn't really happening in this song. It just didn't really hit the mark for me. Something that did was the dance, actually. Somi's debut song, Birthday, was amazing. Like, I loved it so much. It does follow the Teddy Park formula, but you know, sometimes it just works, and that song does work. So I really liked it. The dance was really, really cool also. Not something that you could really do on your own. Like, it does rely a lot on background dancers. This song, now I don't like the song, but the dance is honestly probably my favorite dance that Somi has done so far. So like, love that for her. Needed to put that out there. Shout out to that choreographer. It was really good. But now I will end with my least favorite aspect. The lyrics. I know that Somi is credited for the lyrics, and I love that for her, but she's the 3rd one listed, so I have to assume that she didn't do much, and that's fine because guess who's listed at the top? Teddy. Now, my biggest problem with YG writers is that they think they're writing these like powerful baddie woman anthems, when the reality is they're writing mediocre schoolgirl tunes that play off gender stereotypes for like the most part. And there are so many outdated concepts in the lyrics of this song, and it makes me so angry. Like when looking at the title and the music video, I thought the lyrics would be something like, "You're so dumb for not liking me," or whatever. But no, let me read you some of these inspiring lyrics. "What can I do to seem more weak and pure? Embrace me. Even the part of me that you're scared of. I'm putting on an act with all I've got." So yeah, we have inauthenticity, we have let's dumb ourselves down for a boy. Overall, I'm gonna give this comeback a 5 out of 10, and even that is higher than what I would want to give. It's only that number because of Somi herself. She's amazing, she's a queen, she deserves so much more. She deserves a mini album at the bare minimum. Like she debuted in 2019. It's 2021 and she doesn't have like an EP or like a full album or like anything. She literally has like 4 songs, like technically 5 if you include the one she did for like an OST, but that has Eric Nam in it. It's not even like her own song. So like YG literally like, and I know it's the black label, but it's under YG, so I'm blaming YG as a whole. Like literally do better with your artists. Like why is this so difficult? Moving on to Astro, After Midnight. I think I mentioned this in the last comeback video that I did, but Astro is literally such an underrated group and they are so consistent. Like they are always coming out with like these bangers, like their dance is always stable, their vocals are always stable, the rap is always great. They are a reliable and consistent group, and they are wildly underrated. So just prefacing with that. When it comes to this song, for me, it was all right. Like there are so many things that I love, starting with the fact that the sound really reminds me of like old Astro, which is the Astro that I fell in love with. So that was really like heartwarming, but overall, like it's solid. Let's get into the music video and the styling. So the music video, from what I could tell, did not have like a super clear storyline, but I don't know, I'm not in a Roja, so maybe I'm wrong. But because of that, I was focused more on aesthetics and color palette. And the color palette definitely fit the tone and the flavor of the song. And the aesthetics were like, I don't know, they were nice, but I don't really know what it had to do with like the lyrics and stuff. But it was still nice though, like don't get me wrong. The styling, every issue that I have with the styling like has to do with Eunwoo, and like I hate that because it was just so frustrating to watch. I did not enjoy the haircut they gave him. I never like that haircut on a boy idol. I've seen it happen so many times, and every time I'm just like, dude, why? And like Camille feels the same way. Every time it happens, we're just like, why are you doing this? But anyway, MJ kind of had it also. Then there was this one outfit that Eunwoo was wearing that I just could not with. Here's a screenshot. But other than that, the styling was great, especially Rocky. The line distribution was also pretty okay. Like usual, I felt like MJ definitely could do with some more lines, but for the most part, I didn't feel like it was overpowered by like any one member, so that was nice. Okay, but now the dance. Y'all, this dance made me like the song like so much more. When I first heard the song, it was when I first watched the music video and I was like, okay, yeah, it's fun, it's cute, it's summer, but I don't really know if it's for me. And then I saw the dance and I was like, okay, this just added like a whole new layer to this song. Every member was utilized so perfectly, and I loved the different formations that they had, and I loved how like different amounts of members were like at it at like different times. Oh my god, I'm not explaining this right. Like sometimes only 2 members would be like dancing, and then like some more would come in, and then like another would leave, and then it was like 3 members, and then like whatever. Like it was so good. And Astro like doesn't have it. Astro has a pretty standard amount of members for a K-pop group, so it's like even given that, I was so like pleased with like all the different formations that they had. The lyrics were very basic, very sweet, very timeless in my opinion, so I don't have much to say there. So I'll end like this review with like the song itself. It was pleasant and fun to listen to, and when I think about like the mechanics and stuff, there wasn't any empty space and all the bells and whistles were working just fine. But it's definitely not groundbreaking or like a never heard before song. Solid, but not astounding, you know? So I will give this comeback a 7.5 out of 10. Pardon me if I do not look at the camera a lot. I'm just gonna read my notes and hope for the best. Okay, next is Weekly with Holiday Party. I was worried about this comeback for a few reasons. One, it was following After School, and After School was like the comeback. When I think about last year, Tag Me was their debut, and it was also killer. Then Zigzag came out and like it was cute, but it definitely did not live up to Tag Me. So I was worried because I want Weekly to be successful, so I didn't want like a flop comeback to happen. And then I was also worried because of like the title. I never really like songs that have the word holiday in it because then I feel like I can only listen to it during the holidays. But boy, did they deliver. Let's talk about the song itself first. I love the bubble bath sound to it. And if you don't understand what I mean, just like listen to it with like that in mind, you know? Like it's very bouncy and youthful and like it has the same energy as Olivia O'Brien's song Root Beer Float. It just genuinely sounds like a summer song, but it's not only like brightly colored, it's like a cool tone neon. Like you get me? Can people with synesthesia kind of like back me up on that? I don't think I have it, but this is the vibe that I get. So I feel like it can fit different vibes. Like it can fit like a bright, sunshiny summer like tune, but it can also just like be versatile and like be like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this like at night at the party or like whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And the melody of it is so good. And of course, their vocals are killing it as well. My favorite moment is the pre-chorus where they go like dun 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 dun. Oh God, so good. Okay, next, the music video. I always love Weekly's music videos, so this one is no exception. The color palette is super like spacey without being tacky. Like it combines elements of cosmic aesthetics as well as like modern styles and neon tones, which I am absolutely obsessed with. And there's also like a light storyline that's pretty easy to follow. Not that the song really needed it though, because like looking at the lyrics, it's just like pretty much talking about a party, to put it plainly. But anyway, yeah, moving on to the lyrics. I love them. Like I mentioned, this song is very much bouncy and youthful, and like the lyrics really add to that as well. And that's one of my favorite things about Weekly. Like they're very much age appropriate and it's just so refreshing. The lyrics are basically talking about like a magical party that's like a gateway and like anything can happen and like I want you to come along with me, you know? Like very cute, very cute. The line distribution was shockingly okay. And I say shockingly because when I'm watching the video and pretty much any Weekly video at this point in time, I always feel like I'm looking at Jiyoon, Jihan, Monday, and Son. Like that's actually a common experience for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way also. In just like any Weekly music video, I'm always like, where's Soojin, Jaehee, and Zoa? But then I look at the line distribution and it looks normal, question mark? So it leads me to think like maybe the company just has like some favoritism with screen time. And I really hope that changes. Like, not that that's like an abnormal thing to happen in K-pop, but like, come on. Anyway, finally, the dance. I don't really have much to say here. Weekly are top tier performers. Like, it's just a given. And like, they continue to showcase that every single comeback. So this is really just no exception. The dance matches the vibes. There's a clear killing move. It's action packed and every member, like always, is used perfectly. Well, maybe some could have like the center a bit more, but anyway, 10 out of 10 regardless. Next we have The Boys with Thrill Ride. Just like Golden Child, I've always been aware of The Boys and like occasionally watch a comeback, but there have never really been anything that truly captured my attention. I liked their song Reveal, but it wasn't really enough to like make me want to learn their names. This song changes that though. Let's start off with just the lyrics because it's honestly the least interesting thing about this song. So just like Weekly's song, these lyrics are fairly simple and contain a lot of youthful energy. However, this one is more mature as one, the members themselves are older, so it's a different age range. And then two, there are a lot more like not innuendos, but more allusions to different kinds of activities. Reading the lyrics, I don't have much to say about them, nor do I have any like favorites to share. Just know that I do think they are fun and mindless in a way that can be more if you want. What did capture my attention though was the lyric distribution. Because listen, the boys have 11 members and as a Luna stan, I had to dive like deeper into this, you know, because I know it can get crazy for large groups like these. I literally did the math for this. Like I sat down, looked at color-coded lyrics and did math to figure out this line distribution. Like I wrote down all the colors, then made like a dash when there was like a line spoken or a dot for when a word was said to each corresponding like member. Watching the music video, I didn't feel like I was looking at the same members coming from someone who knows nothing about the boys. But I just know that like with large groups, some members can get stuck with only saying like words. Hashtag justice for Vivi from Luna. I don't know if this is accurate, but based on my results, there isn't a huge disparity in line distribution. It looks like the member Hyunjae got the most at 10 lines and no words, and the member Younghoon got the least at 3 lines and 4 words. That may seem like a large gap, but honestly, it isn't, because when you add in the other 9 members and exclude the 25 lines that they all say together, the average is about like 5.9 lines per person. And even though not every member says like words, the 5 that do have at least 3 lines to go along with it. So in conclusion, BBC, do better at distributing Luna's lines. I digress. The music video was good. It was definitely directed for the female gaze, as there was a lot of quick shots of like different body parts and like facial close-ups, and then like them dressed as lifeguards. I don't know. But there wasn't really like a theme, question mark. Like there kind of was, but there also kind of wasn't. Like some parts it was like they're relaxing at a pool, and then they were the lifeguards, and then whoa, hypebeast party shot, and then like wait, some of them work at the hotel. There was like a lot going on. But on the other hand, the color palette fits the tone of the song very well. So though I have complaints, I can't complain. For the dance, like, okay, I may not have been like a big fan of the boys, but I am entirely aware of the caliber in which these idols can perform at. So this dance is nothing short of spectacular. Sometimes with idol groups, you can get a grasp at like who is part of the dance line and who isn't, like just who needs to just work a little bit harder to keep up with the ones who are like actually very good at dancing. But that is not the case here. Like I genuinely felt like I was watching 11 professional dancers, and that is just like amazing to watch. My favorite part was the bridge, because the dance during that like made me audibly go ooh. Also, every little dance they did for the do 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 was just like absolutely perfect. And then finally, for the production of the song, I can't quite articulate how it makes me feel, but it definitely like incites something within me. Like I'm a firm believer in songs having the power to elicit emotions or reactions out of listeners, and this is definitely happening here. I just can't quite put my finger on what it is. This song, the music video, the sound, all of it has like major 2017 vibes, and then the constant do 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 going out through like the majority of the song. I thought it would tire me out, but I feel like the producers used it in a way that prevented that from happening. Like it switched back and forth from being like a supporting beat to being like the main focal point of the melody, and that was really reflected in the delivery of the lyrics as well. Like some members would sing or rap at like different melodies and tempos, and all of a sudden it was like right on beat with a do 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 do. I can't explain it. It just tickles something good in my brain, and I was just like all about that. 10 out of 10 for sure. Next, Red Velvet Queendom. To get the obvious out of the way, it is about time we had a full 5 out of 5 Red Velvet comeback. Oh my gosh, y'all, Psycho happened in December of 2019. It is August 2021, and we are just now getting an Of the 5 Red Velvet comeback. Like, oh my gosh, I am so happy to see them back, and seemingly happy. Like, honestly, I needed to take a moment and say that because I missed them so much. With that out of the way, let's start off with the music video. So first of all, I feel like a broken record, but you know what? I'm gonna keep talking about the color palettes because they were absolutely stunning in my opinion. Definitely my favorite of all the comebacks so far, because honestly, it was just so beautiful. Like, let me try to display what this color palette looked like with screenshots. But aside from that, I was a little confused. There were some pretty shots throughout the video, but as far as like the theme goes, I'm not too sure what it had to do with the song. From what I gathered, and like I watched it a few times because I was like trying to figure it out, the girls run some sort of like magical delivery service, and then like Yeti is a new student and like they have a tea party, but at the end she gets a wand. I think that's what happens. Honestly, the concept of them being like witches or something and then Yeti being like their apprentice should have been like what it was. I don't know about like the whole like business thing. It just kind of threw me off, but maybe I'm nitpicky because SM deprived us of an Of the 5 comeback for nearly 2 years. So I have a bit of a bone to pick with them, but anyway, but it did take away from like the punch of the song for me, because like the first time I watched the music video, I was so focused on how how the video itself wasn't giving that I thought I didn't even like the song for a second. Then I watched a performance and then I realized, oh no, I do like this song. I was just so focused on the music video for some reason. I don't know. If you loved the music video, that's fantastic. Like I said, there were some stunning shots. It was fun. It was fresh. It was like nice to see all the members together. So like if you like it, 100% cool. I think I just had like a preconceived idea that wasn't matched. So it's probably just like on me, you know? But then to talk about the visuals and styling really quick, normally I always have issues with like at least one member of Red Velvet's outfit, but I'm happy to say that that did not happen with this comeback. But anyway, moving on to the lyrics, so much beauty and simplicity. Like these lyrics get straight to the point in my opinion. They are lovely. They utilize royalty. There's subtle empowerment. I love them. That's pretty much all I have to say about the lyrics. The dance is perfectly fine. Like, okay, don't hate me for this, but I just don't see Red Velvet as a strong dance group. And you know, that's okay. Their dances aren't extremely difficult, with the exception of like Irene and Silgi's song, Naughty. For like them as a whole, like they work hard, they look like they're having fun, and what they lack in strong dancing, they make up for in great visuals, great presence, and top tier vocal abilities. So really the dance is okay, but it doesn't require itself to be spectacular, you know? And then for the song, like I said, I really enjoyed it. Do I think it's the strongest? No, but like Camille made a really good point. She watched it before me and then she kind of said something that was in my head when I was watching it, and I totally understand like where she's coming from. Like if you look at this comeback as something that happened right after Psycho, it would be disappointing because like Psycho was like a god tier song, you know? But if you take like Psycho going into like the Sulreen moment, going into like Wendy's solo, going into Joy's solo, and then now we're at Queendom, that makes a lot more sense. Overall, it's a perfectly enjoyable comeback, and the fact that it's of the 5 Red Velvet makes it all the better. 9 out of 10. Next, TXT, Loser Lover. I gotta give it to Hybe for having the guts to release this because I'm still recovering from Love Song. So I was nervous that I wouldn't like this song as much because Love Song has got to be in like my top 5 comebacks of 2021 for sure. But silly me for thinking a Hybe / big hip group wasn't gonna come and deliver a god tier song. I don't even know where to start, okay? I'll start with the lyrics. So many people worked on this song and I have 2 things to say about it. 1, any song that Slow Rabbit works on is amazing. Like it's never a bad song. And 2, Daniel Caesar worked on this and like I'm so confused, but also like, whoa, that's so cool and random. Here are some of my favorite lyrics. I say, run. Laugh like you've gone mad, goodbye to tears. And then, this life like a war, I'm always the loser, you were my savior. Oh, I read those and I combusted. This song is so boy bandy and like angsty, and I am just eating it up. That will segue me into the composition, which is also supreme. I love this like direction that TXT is in right now. This rock vibe kind of suits them just tremendously. And like I said, this song has a very classic boy band feel to it, and mix it with the rock tones and fun melody. It created an extremely addicting song. I listen to this and I think of when like I was a teenager and my world was so small and my problems felt so big and every emotion was just like amplified by like 100, and just I love it a lot. Now for the music video, like I mentioned, this concept they're playing with right now is super enjoyable, and I love that it's within every single aspect. Like for Love Song, the tones and colors were muted in the music video, which gave it kind of like a raw edge, and given this comeback is kind of like an extension of the previous one, it made perfect sense to like extend it to this music video as well. It's super pleasing, and the music video, like pretty much all of the music videos that come out of Hybe, there's a clear storyline and a solid theme, and I enjoyed every second of it. The POV style of knowing they are with like a significant other and you can kind of put yourself in the situations with them was really, really fun, and it reminded me of One Direction's Night Changes music video. That was fun. Also, side note, hiding from the police with Yeonjun. Anyway, for the styling, everything is extremely perfect except Hyunin Kai's shorts. Listen, I just don't really enjoy it when boy group members are put in shorts, like just period. Like either commit to short shorts or don't do it at all. Like I hate the length that they go with. Okay, it's a very specific beef I have, but Everything else was glorious. Finally, the dance, what can I say, is phenomenal. I am a sucker for props, so I loved the use of microphone stands, and it really added to the boy band slash rock star feel of the song. TXT are just amazing performers all around. I'm never bored watching them. Some more things I wanted to highlight were Subin's vocals. They really stood out to me in the beginning. Like, I usually can pick out his voice easily, but something was different about this song. Like, I don't know if it was just like maybe he was singing in a different register than normal, but I adored it because I adore him. And then finally, I didn't note it earlier, but I loved how flawlessly they fit Yeonjun's rap into this song. It didn't feel out of place, and the flow really adapted to the vibe. It was just perfect. 10 out of 10, no question. Oh my gosh, y'all, I've been talking for so long, but okay, bear with me. So next up is Gravity with Gas Pedal. Gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal. So this group is interesting to me for a few reasons. The first one being that I actually went to school with one of the members. So the member Alan, I went to middle school with and was actually in show choir with. Like, we went to Washington DC and like he was a grade above me, so at the time he was like president and stuff. And then in high school when I was a freshman, I like remember when he left and stuff, and like I heard rumors saying that he was going to South Korea, and I was so confused. Like I was like, I thought he was from Taiwan, which he is, but that's beside the point. At the time, I wasn't a K-pop stan, so like I didn't put two and two together. Anyway, I wasn't like super close friends with him, but like I did know him. So like if you're a Gravity stan, I believe the fandom name is Levity. So if you're a Levity, then fret not. Alan is very nice. I do remember that about him. Like he was always a super nice guy, very hardworking. So when I saw he debuted with Gravity, I was so like taken aback. I was just like, heck yeah, dude, like congrats. The other reason why this group is so interesting to me is because I was so confused on like what Starship was trying to do with them. Their debut, Break All the Rules, was good, but I felt like Starship was like trying to put them in this like younger Monsta X mold. And then for My Turn, it very much felt like a car commercial. And like I got the same vibe for this song. Like the music video felt like a Tron Legacy motorcycle commercial, and like the vehicular concept travels elsewhere too. Like I was looking at the album, which by the way, congrats to Gravity for their first full album. But I was looking at the titles of the songs, and there's like the title track, Gas Pedal, and then the songs Grand Prix, Drive-In, and Go Go. So I'm like, okay, Starship, are they like a racer concept group? I don't know. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just wondering like what the thought process is. Anyway, let's keep looking at the music video. Even though I may not be a big fan of this type of aesthetic, I can still appreciate the fact that like it is on brand. Like the song is called Gas Pedal. And then to bring in the lyrics to this, it's the same deal as like the Boys' Thrill Ride in that the lyrics very much imply something else. So like I can appreciate that, but I'm just personally tired of car metaphors. Moving on to the song itself. Okay, so Gravity is always just like almost there for me in terms of like me really liking the song. So like for My Turn, I was like, I like this song a lot. And then they said, vroom, 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 skirt. And I lost it. And that's the same deal with this song. Like everything is perfectly fine. There's a solid rhythm, a good buildup. And while it's like not the most original song, I can still appreciate the fun drop. Does this surpass the classic party song Gas Pedal? No, but there are aspects that I do enjoy. Moving on to the dance. Gravity's synchronization is insane. When I was watching the dance practice, like I genuinely could not get over that. However, I think I expected a lot more from this dance. It was fun and it was cool, and the members did a fantastic job, but I don't think they were utilized to their full potential. There's 9 members, so I believe that there could have been more creative formations. There could have been more floor work, honestly. I just don't know how that choreographer missed that opportunity. And then also, I know full well that Alan is a main dancer, so why is he not in the center more? I guess my final thought is, after listening to the album, I think that Veni Vidi Vici or Grand Prix should have been the title track. I give this comeback a 7 out of 10. Next up, Stray Kids with Thunderous. Let me see if I can get through this adequately, because like I've said many times before, the more I like something, the harder it is for me to articulate my feelings. And I really love this song. I'm gonna start off with the production because oh my gosh. Stray Kids are literally like the kings of this type of sound, and coming immediately off of Gas Pedal, no tea, no shade to Gravity members. If anything, this is a jab at the producers. This is how you do this type of song. It's clever, it's egotistic in a both like classy and scrappy type of way. way. It's a laugh in your face and revenge and success anthem, and the production really reflects that so perfectly. Shout out to 3RACHA, Bangchan, Changbin, and Han, because I saw they're listed as both writers and composers of this song, and oh, it is so good. The tempo of the song is really like cocky, like I can't describe it in any other way. And then like the way it pulls back in the pre-chorus to build up to like that punch of the oh, it's so good. Every aspect of it is just so deliciously enticing. And the lyrics are just so scrappy. Like, dude, it's giving the underdog that knows they're better because they are a good person and like work hard. Like, it sounds cheesy, but that's what I felt when I read the lyrics. And one of the lines is literally, villains make my blood boil. Like, I love that. Oh, you're an a-hole? That's embarrassing. Like, it's a vibe, and that's what this song gives both compositionally and lyrically. As always though, I am perturbed by the lack of lines that Felix gets, but it's fine, I guess. The music video also gives and gives and gives. Like, it reminded me a lot of Yoongi's Taechwita as Auguste. Like, it's very much infused with Korean culture, which just fuels this baddie energy even more, and the visuals are stunning. To end with a dance, like always, stunning, fantastic, never the same again. I love that like train thing they do at the end when they're like holding Hyunjin and Changbin. Like, they are so cool. 10 out of 10, obviously. Anyway, lots of great, strong comebacks happened in the month of August. I'm so excited for September. I am ready. Can't wait for it. I will try not to let 3 months pass like I did last time. But that's all I have for y'all today. With that, thank you so much for watching another Lovely Wolf video. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below anything you would like to see any of the Lovely Wolf creators do. And if you want to hear more from us, check out our Patreon. The link will be in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Catch y'all later.